All right, I don't know which person you were watching back in the beginning of the semester, but I gotta tell you, that person's wrong. This state, the state of New Jersey, is absolutely awful. And I'm gonna get into the reasons why. So, first off, that person before me happened to explain that it was good to be in New Jersey because you lived in between the two major cities, Philadelphia and New York. Who would want to be in between Philadelphia and New York? Why? What's the reason exactly for that? I mean, you have increased numbers in crime. You saw riots last summer. I mean, who would want to go into a major city? And on top of that, you can't even go to a sporting event. The capacity is so limited. It's no fun. There's no crowd. There's nothing to do in the major cities. Who would want to go from New Jersey and drive to a major city? It's no fun. There's no benefit to it. There's nothing good that comes out of having New Jersey in between the two of the biggest cities, Philadelphia and New York. There's no reason for it. Second of all, that person also mentioned how the shorelines were so great about New Jersey, how the Atlantic Ocean was right there and how you could live right on the shore. That's also terrible. The major inconveniences, the chances of hurricanes, which have happened before. Hurricane Sandy happened quite a few years ago. It is a big inconvenience to evacuate, and on top of that, it's it's a lot to risk in terms of flood insurance and things like that in regard to your house. And there's just a lot of more major inconveniences that come of it with regard to living on the shore. A lot of problems. This only makes the state worse to live in, not better, because these happen quite a bit. They can happen once every few years, as we saw with Irene and then Sandy, and then so forth. So there's more risks for it. Lastly, that other person also mentioned that cold weather may not have been his favorite thing. Cold weather is actually a great thing, and I'm going to tell you why. Cold weather, I didn't figure this out till last week, or a few weeks ago actually, but I was able to put on ice skates and get a hockey stick and actually play some pond hockey out in the lake down south. And it is a great thing to do, and you can only do it in the cold. You can't do it down in Florida. You can't play ice hockey outdoors in the state of Florida. That's something you can do up here, up north. Um, that's the only benefit really to this. But other than that, what good is there in the state of New Jersey? I mean, to sum up, I mean, you got dangerous cities right in between. It's kind of scary. And you also have the shoreline, which hurricanes can happen, natural disasters can occur. Anything can happen, and then it forces you to evacuate. You're more at risk. Your house is more at risk. And then really the only benefit is the cold weather. And if you're a fan of skating or ice skating in any way, maybe it's for you. Thanks, guys.